the government's help to expand the route, being it a state highway, being it so small. The multiple accidents have been caused in the past, but it has not been this major. And now 2 private buses clashing and 6 people have lost their life will now bring the government's action taking on the road. Whether the road be expanded or not is an action that the government will be taking soon.
Right. All right, Sharda, thank you for joining us and giving us those details. Viewers, we will keep a watch on that. For the moment, let's shift focus to what's happening in West Bengal, where in a startling case from Siliguri, 3 men have been arrested for impersonating NIA officers and extorting money. The suspects reportedly threatened a man's father and made an offer with rupees 50,000 after claiming to file a case against him. All the accused were remanded to police custody for 5 days, and this next report will get you the details as we know it so far.
A fake racket has been busted in Siliguri, where 3 men have been arrested for impersonating as NIA officers. The arrest also includes the main kingpin for posing as officials and allegedly threatening others in West Bengal, Siliguri.
राहुल घोष बोल के एक आदमी वो कंप्लेन किया था कि उसके घर में ये तीनों आदमी आए और बोले वो लोग एनआईए का ऑफिसर है और बोला क्या वो उसका पिताजी ऐसे लड़की पाचार करता है, इसलिए उनका अगेंस्ट में केस होगा। तो वो लोग डर के उन लोगों को 50,000 पेड किया है। और मानिक राय जो है वो मेन किंग पिन है, वो इन लोगों को ऐसे काम कराता था।
All the accused were remanded to the police custody for 5 days after they were produced before the Siliguri court. The 3 were arrested after a first information report was filed based on a complaint. The operation was jointly carried out by the Detective Department and the Special Operations Group of Siliguri Metropolitan Police.
And with that, viewers, we slip into a very short break, but do stay on with us because on the other side, we'll get to you ground reports from on board INS Mahe, which is the newest addition to the Indian Navy, the first vessel of the Mahe class anti-submarine warfare vessel. And also the details of Justice Surya Kant, who has now taken oath as the 53rd Chief Justice of India at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Stay with us.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
So in the past we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level, but today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का। उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha.
Hi, this is Rajan Navani, Chairman and MD of the Jetline Group. Excited to be a part of the India Economic Summit being hosted by Republic Business, happening on 20th November at the Republic headquarters in Noida. See you at the summit.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan Strait could represent a survival-threatening situation for Japan, implying that Tokyo might need to intervene militarily to protect its interests. This marked a bold escalation in Japan's stance on the Taiwan issue, signaling readiness to support Taiwan against potential Chinese action. Takaichi's comments, delivered amid rising regional tensions, prompted an immediate and sharp rebuke from Beijing, highlighting the fragile balance in East Asia and the risk of broader confrontation.
The remarks made by the Japanese leader on Taiwan constitute an interference in China's internal affairs and a serious violation of the One China principle and the basic norms governing international relations. Such words are extremely irresponsible and dangerous in nature and have caused very negative impact.
Taiwan is an island of 23 million people, situated about 100 miles off China's southeast coast. China regards it as a breakaway province under the One China principle, insisting that other countries acknowledge this and avoid treating Taiwan as a sovereign state. Taiwan, however, maintains its own government, conducts elections, and runs an independent economy, a setup rooted in 1949 when China's civil war concluded with the defeated nationalist forces retreating to the island while the communists consolidated.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Krutat Patnaik, at 12:30 p.m. this Monday afternoon. Our top story remains Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's very crucial statement about changing borders. The most important part about this statement, it comes just days after India's biggest wargaming exercise in the Western Theatre, Exercise Trishul. What are the implications and what are the rattling noises coming from across the border? We'll bring you all those details in this bulletin. But as always, let's start this Live and Breaking bulletin with the headlines.
आज सिंध की भूमि यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है, तो बॉर्डर्स तो बदल सकते हैं, क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आ जाए।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh makes big statement, says Sindh region may not be with India today, but borders can change and region may return to India. Pakistan responds to Rajnath's statement, says Sindh is an integral part, calls it a violation of international law. Two powerful explosions reported near FC headquarters in Peshawar, multiple injuries reported. Pakistan repeats funding plea on the international stage, urges rapid grant based on climate finance at COP30 as flood losses continue to mount. Indian Navy commissions INS Mahe, first vessel of the Mahe class anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft at the naval dockyard in Mumbai today.
मैं सूर्यकांत, जो भारत के उच्चतम न्यायालय का मुख्य न्यायमूर्ति नियुक्त हुआ हूं, ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
Justice Suryakant takes oath as the 53rd Chief Justice of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan. And ladies and gentlemen, we are starting this bulletin with the massive crackdown that is taking place on the Delhi protest. Now, Republic has accessed pictures of the pepper spray recovered by the Delhi police from these protesters. And these are the visuals on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, in the massive crackdown that continues over the protesters in national capital who had gathered under the garb of climate protest, who turned out to be sympathizers with Maoist posters and slogans over slain Maoist leader Hidma. Now pepper spray has been recovered from the so-called peace protesters for climate change in the national capital of Delhi. More questions emerging on the nature of these protests and the intent behind it. And my colleague Shambhavi joins us live with more details on this story. Shambhavi, now pepper spray has been recovered from these protesters by the police. What is the larger angle that the police is investigating as the investigation now continues behind the so-called protests taking place in the national capital under the garb of climate change?
Krutarth, this protest that started yesterday, their intent is still unfolding with each passing hour. Initially, what it looked like was a protest against the growing worse condition of the air pollution here in national capital. And they started with the slogans about how even after repeated attempts, repeated requests to do something about this situation, which is clearly hurting everybody. But now we know that there were several posters. The pictures have surfaced where we see the demonstrators were using several posters with pictures of Hidma or with slogans supporting Hidma. And we know that Hidma was killed in an encounter last week in Andhra Pradesh. So this protest that they were running was somewhere related to praises and to support of Hidma under the garb, under the guise of air pollution. A situation got out of hand initially when a couple of police officers approached the protesters and asked them to please move from the area, because even as per the Supreme Court order, the designated place for such demonstrations is the Jantar Mantar and not India Gate. But still they were trying to create road blockage, they were trying to create traffic, and their main agenda was to move towards the main canopy area. And when they refused to do that, more police officers were deployed, and situation got a little out of hand where police officers were allegedly sprayed with pepper spray as well. So we know that there was something more crucial going on behind this garb of air pollution. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Shambhavi, for bringing us those details, ladies and gentlemen. That's the latest coming in from Shambhavi there, but a new link is emerging in this entire so-called Delhi climate protest for air, and now a JNU link, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard that right. A JNU link is emerging to this protest that was organized at the India Gate. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru University connection has emerged in the recent protest held at India Gate in Delhi, where demonstrators had raised the slogans in support of Hidma, the Maoist leader, under the guise of protesting against the air pollution. The protest call was reportedly given by JNU's Progressive Students Association, or the PSA, a left-wing student organization. The protesters were asked to gather at the Sabarmati Tea Point, sparking concerns about the nature and the motivations behind the demonstrations. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the posters now being circulated by the JNU PSA Association. Shambhavi continues to remain live with us. Shambhavi, do tell us more also about this JNU link also emerging to this air protest, which turned out to be under the garb a Hidma sympathizer group that was there chanting slogans for him.
See, as you very rightly pointed out, Krutarth, this Hidma sympathizer group, that we know that this was their main agenda behind protesting against the air pollution in Delhi. This was their main agenda. But the first question that comes up after we know this is who was behind it, whose idea was behind this entire protest. And we know that this is connected to JNU in a way. The left-wing organization PSA was responsible for it. That is the organization that called for the protest. That is the organization that called for the posters that you see, the slogans that were being raised in support of Hidma. And there were several slogans being raised saying that there will be more Hidmas. How many Hidmas are you going to kill? So this was their main agenda, and that is what the PSA, the left-wing organization of the JNU, was actually planning on when they called for this protest. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Shambhavi, for bringing us those details. Ladies and gentlemen, two pictures on your screen. One that claims to be a protest for air, and on the other is the poster of a Maoist leader who was recently taken down by the armed forces in a brave operation. This is the poster circulated by the PSA Association, the Progressive Students Association of the JNU, a left-wing linked organization, asking the students on calling to action to rise against the air pollution. But what you see at India Gate when these students actually turned up, then they're seen sympathizing and even glorifying Hidma, a Maoist leader, a Maoist terrorist rather, who was then slain by the forces just a few days ago in the massive crackdown against the Red Terror corridor in India that is ongoing. Two different versions, one that puts climate action, air pollution to the forefront for calling students to action, and the other that ends up sympathizing with Maoists. And a pro-Hidma protest with pro-Hidma chants and posters on your screen, two simultaneously, which are now drawing increasing concerns over the motivations behind this mobilization that took place at India Today. My colleague Soumya now joins us live on the broadcast with more details on this story. Soumya, more and more concerns emerging. First a pepper spray, now a call to action for air pollution, but then on ground you see Maoist sympathizing posters, Maoist sympathizing slogans. What is the story behind the so-called protest that happened at India Today? India Gate, beg your pardon.
Yes, Kutatsi, the protest which was allegedly started in the garb of increasing air pollution here in the national capital, wherein police officials were attacked by pepper spray, and we also saw how slogans were raised by the Maoist sympathizers in favor of this slain Maoist commander Madhvi Hidma, who was killed in an encounter earlier this month in November. Now, a new link has emerged. Two new posters from the JNU are in circulation. In one such poster, a group named Disha, it has called it is called for the it is called on the people to gather near the Sabarmati Dhaba there inside JNU, Sabarmati Dhaba 3 point, wherein from there they were supposed to come here at India Gate for the alleged India Gate protest, where it took a tragic turn, and we saw how slogans were raised in favor of this slain Maoist commander, and we also saw how the scuffle were triggered when police tried to take hold of the situation. Those police officials were also attacked by pepper spray. It has happened for the first time. When the barricades were in place, it is the normal protocol in all these protests wherein the movements of the protesters are restricted so that the daily traffic is does not get restricted because of these protests. So was the aim of the police officials yesterday, that even protesters were protesting there. The movement they had tried that they restrict the movement of the protesters with the help of these barricades. However, the protesters there tried to cross the barricade. They crossed the barricade, came out on the road, and then they were seen raising the slogans in favor of this slain commander, and later the silly spray, which also led to minor injuries, and they were taken to the hospital later on. Now, the latest development in this case that we have is that two different FIRs have been registered at two different police stations.
and in total 22 arrests have been made. Yesterday, around 15 to 16 such protesters were detained, but now the crackdown, the investigation, the probe has been fast-paced in this case, and 22 arrests have already been made in the case. One such FIR has been registered at the Kartavepad police station, wherein six male protesters have been arrested under that FIR. Another FIR that has been registered at the Parliament Street police station, Sansad Marg police station. With that FIR, around 17 such protesters have been arrested. With that, we also, those who have been arrested, as the sources, they will be brought here at the Pachala House Court. It was earlier expected that they will be here at around 12 p.m. Now, the sources are saying that they will be brought here eventually. So these are the details that we're picking up with us.
All right. Thank you so much, Soumya, for bringing us those details. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the latest coming in on that protest. But in a surprising turn of events, or not so surprising, however, the Congress party has questioned the encounter of Maoist leader Hidma, where the TPCC president, on record, has been heard giving controversial remarks on raising questions as to why the security forces had to do an encounter and kill Hidma. Listen in.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా బోర్డర్కు ఎన్కౌంటర్ అనుమానాలు బలంగా కనబడుతున్నాయి. అంటే అనుమానం లేదు. కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ఇరువైపు హింసని వ్యతిరేకిస్తుంది. నక్సలైట్ల పరంగా జరిగిన హింస అయినా, ఇవాళ పోలీసుల పరంగా జరుగుతున్న హింస అయినా రెండింటి కూడా ఖండిస్తుంది, వ్యతిరేకిస్తుంది. మానవానికి జీవించే హక్కు రాజ్యాంగం కలుగు చేసింది. ఎవరిని కూడా చంపే హక్కు మనకొకటి లేదనేది స్పష్టం. ఇక్కడ హిడ్మా కానీ, కేశవరావు గారు కానీ, గణపతి గారు కానీ, వారందరూ కూడా నాయకులుగానే గౌరవిస్తారు. పంత వాళ్ళు ఎంచుకున్న పంత తుపాకీ పంత కావచ్చు, కానీ మనలాగే వాళ్ళు కూడా మిగతా ప్రజల కోసం విధంగా పోరాడపడ్డారు. వాళ్ళ జీవితాలను త్యాగం చేసేసారు.
Mr. Mahesh Kumar Gaul, sir, yesterday you attended a roundtable conference in Telangana condemning the Maoist attack that is taking place in Andhra Pradesh, where the Maoist leader Hidma was also killed. How are you, as a Congress party, you're condemning this particular encounter? How are you justifying something like killing? Where Hidma is one of the most wanted criminals. So how are you justifying your take on this?
No. What I mean to say that when Hidma or any other prominent Naxalite leader wants to surrender their arms and get into public life, Government of India should give a chance to them. Without giving a chance, going on encountering people would give a wrong message. And in the past also we made the same request.
Sir, but it was clear that
Hidma, as per the news we are getting, Hidma wanted to surrender.
No,
a chance would have been given to Hidma.
No, sir, but the police, after the encounter, they had confirmed that Hidma moved from Chhattisgarh because there was intensified their action. So he moved to Andhra Pradesh to restart the Naxal movement here. The police had confirmed it in a PC. So how do you...
Police are confirming, but as per the reports getting from civil liberties and other organizations, Hidma is in no mood to start any further activity. He wanted to surrender what they are saying. When he wanted to surrender, a chance would have been given to Hidma. After all, it's all human beings should have a right to live.
But so when the police had confirming, and it was an open fire that started between armed forces and Hidma, which led to his encounter.
The police version is what you are saying, that is the police version. But what civil liberties and other left parties are saying, that it's not an encounter. They have several doubts over this encounter. I made a statement. See, any form of violence, Congress party won't accept. In the past, many civilians have been killed by Naxalites. That also we condemned. And killings from the government side also we condemned. Violence on either side is not been accepted by Congress party.
But
we want
the
peace
government is openly allowing openly inviting the Naxalites to join the mainstream. But when there are reports saying that these are moving from Chhattisgarh to Andhra Pradesh, they are repopularizing the Naxalite movement there in Andhra Pradesh. So it was an open fire that took place, and these are the reports said by the police. So how can we?
No, that's it. I don't agree fully with the statement given by police.
All right, that is the TPCC president there of the Congress party attempting to defend the encounter, or rather question the encounter and defend the Maoist leader Hidma there, who was slain. Moving on to more breaking news details, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from across Bharat in the next 1 minute. This is Bharat in One.
Bharat 1 Minute, brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Delhi police registered an FIR and arrested more than 15 people for using chili spray on police personnel and obstructing official work and blocking the road. Relevant sections invoked in the FIR. A protest was held at the Sea Hexagon at India Gate over pollution, but the protesters were holding posters of Maoist commander Madhvi Hidma. A criminal identified as Rajan, accused of killing a grocery store owner in Amritsar on November 16, has been killed in an encounter by the police. His accomplice, Manpreet, has been arrested by the police and is being questioned using human and technical intelligence. Both the perpetrators were identified. Teams of Rapid Action Force have been deployed at Sri Ram Janmabhoomi temple ahead of the Dhwajarohan ceremony tomorrow. The Prime Minister All right, moving on to more breaking news details coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has addressed the concerns about the recent Tejas crash at the Dubai Air Show, stating that it won't impact the aircraft's export prospects or operations. Despite the incident, the HAL has assured that the Tejas program remains on track with domestic deliveries and production ramping up for the Mk1A variant. That's the first statement coming in from the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited since the crash that took place of the Tejas aircraft during the Dubai Air Show. My colleague Pranav joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. Pranav, do tell us about this first statement coming in from the HAL, trying to wear off any concerns about a potential loss or potential lack of prospects for the exports of the Tejas Mark 1A variant that the HAL is in production at the moment.
Well, absolutely, Krutarth. In fact, HAL had just come up with the first statement after the incident, and it's clearly stated that the accident that took place in Dubai was under exceptional circumstances. HAL has in fact gone ahead and mentioned that there will be no impact on the company's business and future deliveries. It's a very important statement given that, just about a few days ago, after the tragic incident took place, you saw a kind of a campaign that was run against the Made in India fighter jet. In fact, if you remember, when the show was on, there were certain theories floating about certain kind of oil leak, which were, of course, dismissed by the Press Information Bureau. So the latest statement from HAL just puts all of that to rest and says that the future deliveries are also very much on track. Just to give you a perspective, the kind of deliveries that we are looking at, while HAL order book is close to about 62,000 crore, that's for domestic orders, there are talks going on with countries like Nigeria, Argentina, Egypt and Philippines. So yes, this statement coming from HAL just puts theories to rest, and while investigations continue, companies saying that there won't be any impact on future orders as well as the business.
Indeed, Pranav, and this is in fact the second reported crash in almost 10 years of service of the Tejas and the first fatality unfortunately reported. A court of inquiry, ladies and gentlemen, is ordered and the probe goes on, but HAL assures that there is going to be no impact on the export prospects of Tejas. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in on Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's key statement coming in. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has sent a big message. He said that although Sindh is not part of India today, borders can change and the region may one day return to India. He recalled that Sindh, located along the Indus River that went to Pakistan during the 1947 partition, leading to many Sindhi people to migrate to India. Singh added that Sindhi Hindus particularly from the generation of leaders like L.K. Advani have never fully accepted the separation of Sindh from India. Meanwhile, India's straight talk has yet again rattled Pakistan, who has claimed threat to its sovereignty over the statement made by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and now rattled Pakistan is extremely concerned and worried about what Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said about changing borders and situations. The significance of this message, ladies and gentlemen, is very important because this message comes directly from Raksha Mantri just days after India completed successfully its largest full-scale tri-services multi-domain mobilization and wargaming exercise, Exercise Trishul 2025, in the Western Theatre of War. And it also coincides with a very interesting statement that came in from GOC in C Western Command, Lieutenant General Manoj Kumar Katiyar, who also hailed the effects and practices and the training of the Indian Armed Forces in building bridges over rivers, saying that someday when we go into enemy territory, we might have to cross rivers like Indus and Satluj. Let's listen into what Defence Minister Rajnath Singh exactly said that has now sent Pakistan into a tizzy.
आज सिंध की भूमि, मेरे बहनों भाइयों, यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है, तो बॉर्डर्स तो बदल सकते हैं, क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आ जाए। आज सिंध की भूमि, मेरे बहनों भाइयों, यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है, तो बॉर्डर्स तो बदल सकते हैं, क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आ जाए।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that significant statement comes of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh once again recalling the 1947 partition, where the Sindh province of Pakistan, which now is one of the 4 provinces in Pakistan, in fact was an integral part of India, and Sindhi Hindus had one of the biggest genocidal conditions there during 1947 partition, when they fled the country to come to India and resettle here, losing their land but not losing their heritage, being an integral part of the country. That's the big statement coming in from Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back after this very short break, we'll once again tell you about the geopolitical situation in the subcontinent, because coming up next is Pakistan repeating the funding plea at the international stage, urging rapid grant-based climate finance, this time at the COP30 over the flood losses that they have faced. But also coming up next, how India has further bolstered its defence prowess in the Arabian Sea, with Indian Navy commissioning INS Mahe, the first vessel of the Mahe class, the anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft at Naval Dockyard in Mumbai. How these two stories will shape our agenda today, we'll bring you all those details right after this short break. Do not go anywhere, we are live and breaking.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का, उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha, also known as Imam Irfan, from Shopian in South Kashmir, as the mastermind who blended his dual identity, that of a preacher and healthcare worker, to influence and radicalize the educated youth.
The accusation against him is completely baseless.
My belief is that in a globalized economy, the economic growth which gives you the hard power and it's your belief in your civilizational strength, which we embody in G20 to say that we are Vasudev Kutumbakam, that we are one earth, one family, one future. On account of this philosophy, we could achieve consensus on all complex issues confronting the world.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला.
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan Strait could represent a survival-threatening situation for Japan, implying that Tokyo might need to intervene militarily to protect its interests. This marked a bold escalation in Japan's stance on the Taiwan issue, signaling readiness to support Taiwan against potential Chinese action. Takaichi's comments, delivered amid rising regional tensions, prompted an immediate and sharp rebuke from Beijing, highlighting the fragile balance in East Asia and the risk of broader confrontation.
The remarks made by the Japanese leader on Taiwan constitute an interference in China's internal affairs and a serious violation of the One China principle and the basic norms governing international relations. Such words are extremely irresponsible and dangerous in nature and have caused very negative impact.
Taiwan is an island of 23 million people, situated about 100 miles off China's southeast coast. China regards it as a breakaway province under the One China principle, insisting that other countries acknowledge this and avoid treating Taiwan as a sovereign state. Taiwan, however, maintains its own government, conducts elections, and runs an independent economy, a setup rooted in 1949 when China's civil war concluded with the defeated nationalist forces retreating to the island while the communists consolidated power on the mainland. This division has persisted without full-scale war, but mutual...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching Republic TV and I am Riyanka Chaudhary. Our focus is going to be on Ayodhya, where preparations are on in full swing and it's all set for the grand flag hoisting, the Dwajarona, by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and several visitors and devotees to be present tomorrow. Also, a close eye on INS Mahe that has been commissioned, known as the Silent Hunter by the Indian Navy. We get to the details, but first the headlines. JNU link emerges in the India-Gate Maoist protest case. Chats access reveal how call for protest by direct JNU student wing. Amid a pro-Maoist protest at India-Gate, Congress sparks controversy by questioning encounter of top Maoist commander Maudvi Hidma.
आज सिंध की भूमि यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है, तो बॉर्डर्स तो बदल सकते हैं, क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आ जाए।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh makes big statement, says Sindh region may not be with India today, but borders can change and the region may return home to India. Indian Navy commissions INS Mahe, first vessel of Mahe class anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft at the naval dockyard in Mumbai. Two powerful explosions reported near FC headquarters in Peshawar. At least 3 terrorists eliminated. Justice Suryakant takes oath as 53rd Chief Justice of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Veteran actor Dharmendra health condition remains critical. Security beefed outside his residence. And we have some breaking news coming in. 2 powerful explosions rocked the Frontier Constabulary headquarters in Peshawar, Pakistan, causing multiple injuries and prompting a swift response from Rescue 1122 ambulances. The blasts, reportedly carried out by suicide bombers, shattered windows of nearby buildings and sparked an exchange of gunfire between the security forces and attackers. Police and security personnel have cordoned off the area and an investigation is currently underway. Now, according to the Peshawar capital city police officer, the explosion occurred around 8 a.m. this morning, with one blast happening at the main gate of the FC headquarters, and security forces are working to clear the area. Ishan joins me for more details on this. Ishan, take us through what are the updates coming in, what has the investigation revealed so far?
The investigation has revealed that the initial attack took place where the vehicle carrying the explosive was detonated at the perimeter of the FC headquarters. Now, this is the initial perimeter wall where the explosive-filled vehicle attacked. Now, this explosive-filled vehicle, after the attack of this explosive-filled vehicle, armed gunmen infiltrated the Pakistani FC headquarters. Now, this Pakistani FC headquarters, once infiltrated, ensued with a gunfight. During this gunfight, 3 terrorists have been martyred, and there are reports of 1 casualty of the FC constabulary, apart from 5 injuries. Now, these are reports that have come in since morning, and this after the blast took place, around 40-45 minutes of intermittent gunfire was heard in the region. The entire region has been cordoned off, and after being cordoned off, it is being probed for the detailed investigation. Once the detailed investigation is complete, then we will find out the entire exact cause of the terrorist attack. As of yet, nobody has taken the responsibility of conducting these attacks. However, this fits a pattern that is being followed in this region. Now, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region, we have seen that terrorist organizations in the region have been constantly attacking the security establishment and the security infrastructure that is present in this region. Because there have been a lot of protests and a lot of unrest in this region, the particular beefing up of security had taken place, and the Frontier Constabulary of the Pakistani police force is looking into the looking after these particular Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region for anti-terror operations. Now, the headquarters of this FC headquarters attack showcases how much loss of control of this region Pakistan is currently facing. And now we can clearly see that the attack showcased high explosive and a very tactile explosive equipment was used. Now this agility and equipment used clearly showcases the sophistication of this attack was very high.
Okay.
And after that, the ensuing gunfire.
Right. Okay. Ishan, also talk us about the impact, because we are also playing out the moment of this moment of the blast in these exclusive CCTV footage that we have accessed.
Absolutely. The CCTV footage clearly shows that the intensity of the blast was very high. This CCTV footage is clear evidence that a highly explosive compound was used and a very sophisticated explosive device was used in these attacks, showcasing how the terror outfits in this region have gained technical know-how and expertise in manufacturing such improvised explosive devices. This showcases the ability and capabilities of this organization have been increasing in leaps and bounds after the leaps and bounds in Pakistan, and this is a clear sign for concern, because if this ability and capability can be demonstrated in Peshawar, Pakistan, this also is a cause of concern for us as well, because these are the same organizations that have been exchanging information, technical know-how and training amongst each other, and it's the blast wave or the shock wave that ensued clearly shows that this is a very high intensity blast that has taken place, and 2 explosions have been reported in the morning 8 a.m. After that, intermittent gunfire has been taken place constantly in this region. This area still remains cordoned off, and search and seizure operations are taking place by the Pakistani security establishment, but the damage has already been done, and we can clearly see that this blast showcases the expertise that has been involved in this attack.
All right, Ishan, thank you for giving us the updates on that story that's being reported from Peshawar. With that, viewers, we now shift our focus to more news and updates we are tracking on Republic. A major breakthrough for Patiala police. 2 shooters of the Bambiya gang have been arrested after an encounter. The duo had opened fire on police when asked to surrender, and both sustained leg injuries in the retaliatory fire. Police say that the shooters were plotting to kill a local businessman over extortion demands. Patiala police arrested 2 notorious Bambiya gang shooters after an encounter in the Patiala-Rajpura belt. When asked to surrender, the accused fired 5 rounds at the police, forcing a retaliatory response that left both injured in the lower body. The shooters had been sent to target a businessman who refused to pay extortion money. Now police say the arrest prevented a planned killing. Accused Makhan, also known as Harpreet Singh, has 7 criminal cases, while Gautam Badshah also faces multiple charges. Police recovered 2 pistols from the accused at the spot. SSP Varun Sharma confirmed the arrest, the encounter details and the gang's motive. With the arrest, Patiala police say a major Bambiya gang plot has been foiled and further investigation continues. And moving on, anti-submarine warfare vessel INS Mahe has been commissioned today in the Mumbai dockyard, and we will bring you all the latest visuals also coming in from that commissioning into the Indian Navy. That is, of course, the big development coming in. And it is INS Mahe in a cutting-edge anti-submarine warfare vessel commissioned by the Indian Navy today. It's a sleek and agile ship, the first of its class, designed and built by Cochin Shipyard Limited as part of India's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. With its compact 78-meter frame and 1,100-ton displacement, INS Mahe boosts impressive speed, stealth and maneuverability, making it an invaluable asset for coastal defense and underwater surveillance. Take a look at this ground report filed by my colleague.
We are on board INS Mahe. INS Mahe features over 80% of indigenous content, which is a really boost for Atmanirbhar Bharat. And INS Mahe has been built by Cochin Shipyard Limited, Kochi. There are lots of speciality in INS Mahe ship. Detect and neutralize hostile submarines operating close to India's coastline. INS Mahe undertake rapid response operations in confined or acoustically complex waters. It strengthens maritime security and surveillance across critical coastal corridors, and its support peacetime roles such as search and rescue or humanitarian assistance. So this INS Mahe, a powerful symbol of India's growing maritime strength. This is INS Mahe.
So this ship, as it has been named, INS Mahe, the ASW shallow water craft. This is the first ship of the Mahe class being built by the Cochin Shipyard Limited. So this is one of the first ship in the lead of Mahe, and followed by there will be 7 more ships which will be coming up. Also, this ship has advanced stealth features, not only on the above water but also below water. And the 80% of the complement is all indigenized. So
this is the main question. It's a huge boost for Atmanirbhar Bharat also. This is over 80% indigenous content, I think. So tell more about it.
So talking about the indigenized component on board the warship. So if we talk about the weapons section is from the starting is the indigenous rocket launcher, which has been made by the Larsen and Toubro. And if we come behind is the SRCG gun mounts for neutralizing the surface and the aerial threats. If we go behind is a TTL, the triple tube launcher, which has been made by the Mahindra Defence. Also, if you can see on my aft side, this is the ATDS decoy launcher, which is used for seducing the torpedo away from the ship. That is the same launcher. There are 2 launchers which have been provided in case any adversary submarine tries to fire a torpedo onto us. This will automatically deploy the decoys, and because of that, the ship will remain safe and the torpedo will be home on to the decoys.
Tell me one thing: is this ship capable to doing mine laying also?
Absolutely correct. So this ship is capable of doing the mine laying operation, both in the adversary waters and also in the defense role in the Indian waters.
What is the speciality? What makes this ship different from others?
So this ship, I will say, has been most of the things have been made indigenously, and we do not have to rely on the other countries for any kind of replacements or anything. Everything given on board ship is made in India. Especially talking about the Abhay sonar, which has been built by the DRDO and the Bell, which is specially designed for the shallow water operations. Also, there's one more sonar, the LFVDS, low frequency variable depth sonar, that has also been designed indigenously and can be used in the deep waters.
Can you be a little bit specific on weapon and sensors?
Yeah, so if we talk about the weapon component of the ship, so the first gun which is fitted in the forward side is the NSG, which is capable of neutralizing any aerial threat and the surface threats. Also, if we come behind is the indigenous rocket launcher, which I was already spoken about, that is used to destroy the enemy submarine and the submarine fired torpedoes. Also, we have the decoys and the TTL, triple tube launchers, from where the torpedoes from the ships are fired.
Can any submarine track this anti-submarine shallow watercraft?
Yeah, to be very frank, I must say that stealth is one of the key features which was envisaged while designing this ship. And in case the adversary submarine wants to track us or detect us, it will be very, very difficult because of the new water jets and the maneuverability of the ship being the primary concern.
Sir, we know that INS Mahe is the first ship on its class. So tell about INS Mahe and its speciality.
Okay, ma'am, this is the first of the anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft which has been designed and built by Cochin Shipyard Limited. We have got about 80% of the components which is indigenized. The weapons and sensors which are fitted on board the ship are indigenized, which is a proud moment for all Indians.
And we know that Navy has a tradition when they named any ship. So what is the history behind INS Mahe?
So we had a ship which was earlier serving the nation from 1983 to 2006 and was named as INS Mahe. She was an inland minesweeper. We are the proud recipients of the legacy which they had been there, and we are will be carrying forward the legacy of erstwhile INS Mahe in the future.
What makes Mahe special from other ship?
So my primary role of the ship is anti-submarine warfare. So the weapons and sensors which are fitted on board the ship are primarily designed for operations against a submarine near to the coast as well as in deep sea. So that is our primary role.
How strengthened this INS Mahe of Indian Navy?
So the speed, the agility and the stealth feature which we bring along with the ship makes the ship a formidable enemy for the submarine.
So you are now more powerful.
Absolutely.
With INS Mahe.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Moving on, viewers, the 19th edition of Exercise Surya Kiran, a bilateral military exercise between the Indian Army and the Nepali Army, is set to take place from November 25 to December 8 this year in Pithoragarh, Uttarakhand. Here are the top highlights. Viewers, with that, it's time we get you all the news that are making headlines from across the nation in 1 minute.
Bharat 1 Minute, brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Delhi police registered an FIR and arrested more than 15 people for using chili spray on police personnel, obstructing official work and blocking the road. Relevant sections invoked in the FIR. A protest was held at the C-Hexagon India Gate over pollution, but the protesters were holding posters of Maoist commander Madhvi Hidma. A criminal identified as Rajan, accused of killing a grocery store owner in Amritsar on 16 November, has been killed in an encounter with the police. His accomplice Manpreet has been arrested by the police and is being questioned. Using human and technical intelligence, both the perpetrators were identified by the cops. Teams of Rapid Action Force deployed at Ram Janmabhoomi temple ahead of the Dhwajarohan ceremony tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the ceremony and also hoist a saffron flag atop 191-foot high spire of the newly built Ram temple. Moving on, viewers, Ayodhya's Ram temple structure is now completed and fresh visuals have been put out by the temple trust. This comes as the holy city in Uttar Pradesh is preparing for one of the most iconic moments in the modern history. On November 25, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hoist a saffron flag atop the 191-foot high spire of the newly built Ram temple, a moment that the trust describes as spiritually historic and symbolically profound for millions of devotees across the world. Republic is in Ayodhya, tracking the mood on the ground. Watch this report.
25 नवंबर 2025 को ध्वजारोहण कार्यक्रम की तैयारियां शुरू हो चुकी हैं। इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं राम मंदिर में, अयोध्या राम नगरी में हमारी मौजूदगी है और आप तस्वीरें जो है वो देख सकते हैं जहां पर मंदिर का मुख्य द्वार जगत गुरु रामानंदाचार्य द्वार जो है वो सज कर तैयार है, क्योंकि लगातार आपको बता दें तैयारियां जो है वो की जा रही है। और इस बीच आपको जो मेन डोर है यानी जो मुख्य द्वार है वहां की तस्वीर जो है वो दिखा रहे हैं। बता दें कि राम मंदिर के जो अलग अलग द्वार हैं वो शंकराचार्य जो है उनको जो है उनके नाम पर जो है बनाए गए हैं। और जो अभी जो तस्वीर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं वो जगत गुरु रामानंदाचार्य द्वार की तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं, जहां पर आप देख सकते हैं गेट जो है वो लगभग सज के तैयार है। द्वार की जो तस्वीर दिखा रहे हैं और यहां पर आपको बता दें कि कई सारे जो कह सकते हैं फूल वाले हैं, सजावट वाले हैं, वो भी तैयारियां जो है वो कर रहे हैं। एक बारी उनकी भी तस्वीरें जो है वो हम आपको दिखाते हैं कि किस तरीके से लगातार यहां पर आप देखेंगे तैयारियां जो है वो जोरों पर की जा रही है। और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात ये कि लगभग पिछले 3 से 4 दिनों में अलग अलग राज्यों से बताया जा रहा है कि बैंगलोर से, कलकत्ता से, दिल्ली से जो फूल है वो लेकर आए हुए हैं। और ताजा फूलों को यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं, ये गेंदे के फूल जो है उससे जो है आप देखेंगे किस तरीके से सजाया जा रहा है। कई सारे आपको बता दें कि यहाँ पर जो कर्मचारी है वो लगातार द्वार को सजाने में जो है वो लगे हुए हैं। बता दें ये मुख्य द्वार है, एक और द्वार है जहां से पीएम मोदी की एंट्री जो है वो होगी, वहां से वो प्रवेश करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद ध्वजारोहण कार्यक्रम जो है वो किया जाएगा। और यहां पर आप देख सकते हैं हम राम जी के देखिए द्वार है, ये आप देखेंगे बोर्ड की तस्वीरें जो है वो हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं। और आप देखेंगे बोर्ड पर जो ये हार्ट शेप यानी कि दिल के इस आकार में देखिए राम 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 जो है वो हर जगह जो है बोर्ड पर लिखा हुआ है। और गेंदे के फूल से आप देखेंगे कि किस तरीके से इसे जो है वो सजाया जा रहा है। और ये देखिए गेंदे के फूलों से और साथ में सफेद रंग के फूल आप देख सकते हैं जिससे पूरे इस द्वार पर ये पूरा बोर्ड जो है वो लगेगा। अभी एक और बोर्ड जो है वो मैं वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि दिखाए, ये मतलब अभी इस पर कैसे बोर्ड बनाया जा रहा है। यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि राम 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 जो है वो लिखा हुआ है। अब इसके बाद यहाँ पर आपको बता दें जितने भी ये कलाकार हैं इस पर अब फूलों से इसे जो है वो भरेंगे। एक बार नजदीक से आपको दिखाते कि किस तरीके से जैसे मैं बता रही हूँ वैसे इसे सजाया जा रहा है। सबसे पहले राम राम जो है वो लिखा जा रहा है, फिर उसके बाद इस पर आप देखेंगे किस तरीके से फूलों से ये देखिए सफेद रंग के फूल आपको नजर आएंगे और कैसे इसे सजाया जा रहा है। यहाँ पर जो लगातार काम कर रहे हैं उनके साथ बातचीत करने की कोशिश करते हैं। कितने दिनों से आप ये सजावट में लगे हैं?
6-7 दिनों से।
और फूलों की जो जिक्र हो रहा है, कहा जा रहा है कि अलग अलग राज्यों से फूल मंगाए गए हैं, गेंदे के फूल है और कहा जा रहा है पान के पत्ते हैं, मतलब इनसे सजाया जा रहा है। कुछ बताइए इस बारे में, कैसे तैयारियां?
जी देखिए, जय श्री राम। हम लोग इस समय भगवान श्री राम के स्थान पे बैठे हुए हैं और हम लोग यहाँ पे जो है अपना कार्य कर रहे हैं। इसमें हम लोग फूल तो हम लोगों ने कोशिश की है कि भारत के हमारे जितने भी राज्य हैं सबकी सहभागिता हो इस भव्य महोत्सव में। इसलिए हमने बेंगलोर, दिल्ली और उत्तराखंड और जो है कोलकाता, मतलब भारत के सारे राज्य लमसम हमने कवर किए हैं फ्लावर के माध्यम से।
और कौन कौन से फूल है जैसे सजाया जा रहा है?
जी, जिसमें गेंदा है, जारबेरा है, ऑर्किड है, कार्नेशन है और जो है थाईलैंड से भी एक फूल आया हुआ है उसका नाम ऑर्किड है। और बेंगलोर से हम लोग बटन गुलाब लाते हैं छोटे वाले और जो है उत्तराखंड से हम लोग जारबेरा लाते हैं और उसके बाद जो है बेंगलोर से हम लोग डेजी लाते हैं और लिलियम और इंथुलियम भी लाते हैं।
तो अंदर मंदिर की सजावट भी आप भी कर रहे हैं?
जी जी
शुरू हो गई सजावट?
वो तो मैम वो तो 1 हफ्ते से चल रही है सजावट। हम लोग पहले से प्रिपेयर करके रखते हैं क्योंकि मंदिर में दर्शन का भी समय है तो हम लोगों को पूरा दिन में समय नहीं मिलता है, तो हम लोग दिन में प्रिपेयर करते हैं अलग स्थान पे और रात।
और भी फूल आ रहे हैं अभी ताज़ा फूलों से सजाया जा रहा है?
हाँ, वो नेचुरल फ्लावर सारे जो है वो 3 दिन के अंदर ही आते हैं क्योंकि आप भी जब समझ सकते हैं नेचुरल फ्लावर वो जल्दी से खराब हो जाता है।
And viewers, that is all we have for this edition. But more news and updates will continue on the other side. We bring you updates that are coming in, and we are tracking them on Republic. Coming up next are the details of more news that we bring to you only on Republic.
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
So in the past, we would see most of the terrorists who would get arrested, they would be like the people who would be working at a very low level. But today we have seen the white collar suspect.
कश्मीर घाटी में डॉक्टर्स एक बहुत अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है वहां के लड़के लड़कियों का। उस बनने के बावजूद अगर आप रेडिकलाइज होकर अपने ही देशवासियों को मारने के लिए और अपने देश को तोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं, तो आप अंदाजा लगाइए किस तरह की रेडिकलाइजेशन हो रही है और इस फ्रंट पे हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं।
Investigators have identified Maulvi Irfan Wagha, also known as Imam Irfan, from Shopian in South Kashmir, as the mastermind who blended his dual identity, that of a preacher and healthcare worker, to influence and radicalize the educated youth.
The accusation against him is completely baseless. He had been there for 7 years, offering prayers, conducting religious classes, and teaching children at the religious center. He would come only occasionally.
We had no idea about the allegations against him, but we don't believe them. He is a good person. We don't know anything else.
According to the ongoing investigation,
Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking at 1:30 p.m. I am Tanisha Avasti. Ladies and gentlemen, the big story from Karnataka that we're tracking at this hour. All is not well between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, and yes, you guessed it right, it is over the power tussle. We are getting an inside scoop on that top story, but first a quick check of the headlines. JNU link emerges in the India-Gate Maoist protests. Case chats accessed reveal how call for protest by JNU student wing was given. Amid uproar over pro-Maoist protests at India Gate, Congress sparks controversy by questioning the encounter of the top Maoist commander, Hidma.
आज सिंध की भूमि यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है, तो बॉर्डर्स तो बदल सकते हैं, क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आ जाए।
And that is Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's big statement on Sindh, which has now sent nightmares to Pakistan. Pakistan is in complete panic mode. Indian Navy commissions INS Mahe, first vessel of Mahe class anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft at Naval Dockyard in Mumbai. Two massive explosions, possibly a suicide attack reported in FC headquarters in Peshawar. At least 3 terrorists have been eliminated. Justice Surya Kant takes oath as 53rd Chief Justice of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan. And actor Dharmendra's health remains critical. Security has now been beefed outside his residence. Thank you for staying with Republic and the big story that we're tracking at this hour. There are several more MLAs of the DKS camp quietly who have left for Delhi, and this happened late last night, and they have already reached the capital, in fact, this morning with a demand to meet the High Command. At around 6 to 8 MLAs are currently camping in Delhi, awaiting an appointment with the party High Command, according to sources. Now, this marks the second such batch of DK camp legislators to travel to the national capital within a week, fueling speculation about internal moves and possible realignments within the party. Earlier, it was Mallikarjun Kharge who had said that the MLAs must wait till March for clarity. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, this Game of Thrones is continuing since months now. Earlier, the party High Command had said that after the Bihar election results are out, that is exactly when the decision will be taken. But once the Bihar elections are out, once the results are out, and it has given NDA the clean sweep, Congress on the back foot, resorting to a single digit, the focus has now completely shifted to what's happening in the state of Karnataka. There are several camps. There are two camps that Karnataka Congress has been divided into. Camp number one is that of Siddaramaiah, the Karnataka Chief Minister, who are supporting Siddaramaiah, and camp number two is for DK Shivakumar, the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. Now, it all boils down to one simple thing, that is, will there be a change in the chief ministerial face in Karnataka or not? Will there be a 2.5-year term that will be followed or not? Siddaramaiah has always made it clear that he is the one that will be heading the government for the next few years of the tenure. However, DK Shivakumar has always given statements that have always contradicted his earlier statements. Abhishek, my colleague, is joining me live from the national capital on that note. Abhishek, big developments taking place from Karnataka. The focus is now shifted to Delhi. The MLAs are here. The focus point, the plan of action is that the MLAs are seeking a time to meet the Congress High Command. What are you picking up as far as the meeting is concerned?
Riyanka, as far as we know that the fact Mallikarjun Kharge, the AICC president, had mentioned the MLAs from the state of Karnataka shouldn't be coming to Delhi in the name of power sharing or in the name of cabinet expansion, which is supposed to be happening anytime soon. Also, we have been told, and we have also seen some of the MLAs who are in the camp of DK Shivakumar, who is also the Deputy Chief Minister in the state of Karnataka, have come here to Delhi to have a conversation with their AICC leaders. We have also been gathering information if KC Venugopal and Randeep Singh Surjewala have given their time to all these MLAs who have come down to Delhi to reiterate on a statement the importance of elevating DK Shivakumar to the position of Chief Minister in the next couple of weeks. However, DCM DK Shivakumar and CM Siddaramaiah are in Bengaluru sharing a stage in one of the government programs, and they are very clearly sitting on the stage. They aren't showing any expressions as of now, but both these leaders are having their political drama happening in Delhi, despite DCM DK Shivakumar mentioning that he hasn't sent any of the MLAs to Delhi. Various other MLAs have claimed that they are here to make sure that DK Shivakumar gets his the second term as the Chief Minister. It has been told that Rahul Gandhi, after coming back to India,
Abhishek, I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you short on that note, because we're getting in a development that's coming in from Mumbai, where in very unfortunate news, we learned that Dharmendra's medical condition has remained critical. We learned that there is movement outside his residence, and that his condition still remains critical. An ambulance has already left for Dharmendra's residence, and there are top actors, Isha Deol along, who have arrived at Dharmendra's residence. There you see live visuals on your screen right now. These are visuals from outside Dharmendra's residence. Security has been beefed up outside the actor's residence in Mumbai. Official family statement on actor's health is still awaited. Meenakshi, my colleague, is joining me live. Meenakshi, what is the official word so far?
No official word as such from Dharmendra's family, but he is critical now. We are getting information that he is critical because his family, friends and lots of celebrities are now coming. Lots of celebrities like Amir Khan had reached at Dharmendra's residence, and other celebrities like his family friends and Hema Malini. We know Hema Malini was at his residence, Juhu's residence, Dharmendra's Juhu's residence, and in a 10 to 20 minutes prior, one ambulance has left Dharmendra's residence, Dharmendra's Juhu's residence. And what the ambulance started for? The ambulance from Dharmendra's Juhu's residence, the ambulance came here. What is the place? This is a Pavan Hans cremation ground. Here one ambulance reached 10 to 20 minutes prior. One ambulance reached, and after that we are now seeing here lots of fans and family friends of Dharmendra. They came here. We don't know the reason. We are not getting any information from Dharmendra's family. From no any official confirmation, anything about Dharmendra's health we are getting from his family. But we are now at Pavan Hans cremation ground, because here one ambulance
I request you to stay with me. Niranjan is also joining us on the phone line. Niranjan, what was the last medical bulletin that was released by the hospital which had talked about Dharmendra's health?
Well, we are staying with the live pictures right now. I just wanted to get you some breaking news updates that are coming in. Right now, there's a flurry of activity in Mumbai. From the actor's residence, some of his close family members have left. There is also an ambulance that is left. And top actors are gathering in Mumbai as we speak, and they are reaching. Some are going to the residence and some are going to what is known as the Ville Parle crematorium. We know that the actor has been critical. He was being treated in Mumbai, and the family has been extremely tight-lipped. And of course, we respect their privacy. And there has been no official statement that has come in from the Dharmendra family, from the family of actor Dharmendra. His sons have been with him. His entire family has been with him in this period, in the last few days. There is no word. But what I'd like to also tell you is, as of this minute, we're getting in some pictures of top Bollywood personalities going to this particular crematorium. And I'm getting in pictures right now, as we speak, of actor Amitabh Bachchan, actor Abhishek Bachchan, Amir Khan also arriving. But we don't know whether this is to pay, to just pay a visit to check on actor Dharmendra, or whether there has been a deterioration in his health. So we are waiting for the official health update. There is no official health update from the family of actor Dharmendra. What I can tell you is that a few minutes back, an ambulance left from the residence of the veteran actor, accompanied by some family members, and we are waiting for the statement on an update on his health. So that is something that we will wait for. We will be very extremely careful and responsible in our reporting. Our correspondent is on the ground. Meenakshi is on the ground, and several people, including actors and family well-wishers, family members themselves, have gathered at the Pavan Hans crematorium a few minutes back. That's a live shot that you have on the right of your screen. That's the Pavan Hans crematorium, and Meenakshi is also there. And Meenakshi, if you can quickly just summarize what is the movement there, because it appears like actors are coming in and out. If you can tell us who is present there, just to give us a sense of what is happening. We will wait for the official update or the statement from the family of the health, but if you can give us an idea about what is happening there, who's coming in and out.
Definitely, Niranjan. We have not got any official statement from the Wall family, and as you mentioned that a few minutes back, there are lots of celebrities was at Dharmendra's residence, and one ambulance from Dharmendra's residence came here the place Pawan Hans cremation ground, and let me show you the pictures here, because a few minutes back Amir Khan had reached here, and you can see behind me that security has been tightened, and steady stream of industry colleagues has been arriving here, and we are learning that Amitabh Bachchan and his family is also coming here. There are lots of movement here because of VVIP movements here, so security has been tightened, and fans also gathered. Fans who loves Dharmendra, they gathered here. You can see the pictures and security picture, and one by one car, the VIP cars are arriving at this place where we are reporting live from, and one is this David Dhawan. I think he has also come here. You can see the visuals also. Sunny, come at that side. Sunny, idhar aa jao. Show me the visuals of fans here. Those who are waiting for any official statement on Dharmendra's health from Dharmendra's family, and people who have come here, they are saying they are worried about Dharmendra's health, and they come here to know how is Dharmendra, how is Dharmendra now. एंड आप देख सकते हो अभी हम यहाँ से लाइव रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं. क्या क्या हुआ सुबह से हम बोल देना चाहते हैं एक बार. क्या हुआ सुबह हम देखें कि धर्मेंद्र के फैमिली और धर्मेंद्र के जो क्लोज फ्रेंड्स है वो आने लगे घर पे, धर्मेंद्र के जो जुहू रेसिडेंस है वहाँ पे. और उसके बाद हमने देखा एक एम्बुलेंस को निकलते हुए. अभी से आधा घंटे पहले एक एम्बुलेंस निकला धर्मेंद्र के जुहू वाले जो रेसिडेंस है वहाँ से, और निकल के ये सीधा आया यहाँ पे. कौन है, क्या है ये जगह है पवन हंस क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड. यहाँ पे आया एक एम्बुलेंस. उसके बाद हमने देखा कि धर्मेंद्र के फैमिलीज के लोग और बहुत सारे क्लोज फ्रेंड्स यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं. कुछ देर पहले आमिर खान यहाँ पे आए, इस गेट से उन्होंने घुसा, और हमको जानकारी मिल रही है कि अमिताभ बच्चन, अभिषेक बच्चन ये आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे. और हम अभी देख रहे हैं कि सिक्योरिटी जो है ये पवन हंस क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड के बाहर जो सिक्योरिटी है वो टाइटन किया गया है, जैसा हम दिखा रहे हैं. यहाँ से लाइव रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं. लेकिन कोई भी ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट अभी भी धर्मेंद्र के हेल्थ के ऊपर उनके फैमिली की तरफ से कोई भी स्टेटमेंट अभी तक नहीं आया. तो फैंस जो है वो वरीड है धर्मेंद्र का हेल्थ को लेकर, इसलिए वो अभी यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं. हम बहुत से फैंस से हमने बातें किया कि आप लोग यहाँ पे क्यों आए हुए हो, गैदर हुए हो. सो दे आर सेइंग कि वो लोग वरीड है कि धर्मेंद्र जी कैसे है, कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन उन लोगों को नहीं मिल रहा, और इसलिए ये लोग यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं. कुछ फैंस अभी भी घर के सामने गैदर किए हुए हैं, और यहाँ पे जो पवन हंस क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड है उसके बाहर भी बहुत सारे क्राउड है जहाँ पे फैंस आ रहे हैं. और जितना टाइम निकल रहा है उतना भीड़ यहाँ पे बढ़ रहा है. हम देख सकते हैं अभी लाइव रिपोर्टिंग हम कर रहे थे, लेकिन बार एज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबल चैनल हम बार बोल रहे हैं कि धर्मेंद्र के फैमिली की तरफ से उनके हेल्थ के ऊपर कोई भी ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट अभी भी जारी नहीं किया गया. कैसे है धर्मेंद्र जानना चाहते हैं उनके फैन, इसीलिए वो लोग यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं. और हम देख रहे हैं एक के बाद एक सेलिब्रिटीज़ आ रहे हैं. आमिर खान को हमने अभी कुछ देर पहले यहाँ पे आते हुए देखा, और हम एक गाड़ी में अभी डेविड धवन को भी देखे, ऐसा लग रहा है हमें, क्योंकि यहाँ पे वीवीआईपी मूवमेंट है तो पूरा सिक्योरिटी टाइटन किया गया है. और किसी को भी, कोई भी मीडिया को भी अंदर जाने नहीं दिया जा रहा. और धीरे धीरे हम देख रहे हैं और भी सिक्योरिटी बढ़ाया जा रहा है. क्यों ये इतना सिक्योरिटी क्यों बढ़ाया जा रहा है, क्यों इतना फैंस यहाँ पे गैदर हुए हैं, क्यों एक के बाद एक सेलिब्रिटीज़ जो है जो धर्मेंद्र के क्लोज फ्रेंड्स हैं वो क्यों एक के बाद एक यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं। देयर इज ये सब देख कर धर्मेंद्र के जो फैन है वो इमोशनल हो गए हैं। वो हमने जब बात किया तो वो बोल रहे हैं हमें कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा कैसे है हमारे धर्मेंद्र जी, और वो लोग चाह रहे हैं कि कोई कुछ भी उनके हेल्थ के ऊपर कुछ भी अपडेट मिले। इससे पहले हमको जितना इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रहा था कि बहुत क्रिटिकल थे धर्मेंद्र जी, और उनके फैंस भी जानने के लिए उत्सुक हैं कि कैसे है वो। अभी मैं और भी आपको दिखाना चाहती हूँ यहाँ पे जो मूवमेंट हो रहा है आगे से। ये कैमरा के आगे पे चले जाओ सनी, जहाँ पे पुलिस सिक्योरिटी को टाइटन कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है कि अमिताभ बच्चन यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, इसलिए और भी सिक्योरिटी टाइटन किया जा रहा है। हमें पता है कि कुछ दिन पहले ब्रिज कैंडी हॉस्पिटल में एडमिटेड थे धर्मेंद्र जी। वहाँ पे वो उनका कंडीशन क्रिटिकल था और उसके बाद हमने देखा कि उनको घर को छोड़ा गया। डॉक्टर ने ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट दिया था धर्मेंद्र जी के हेल्थ के ऊपर, जहाँ पे उन्होंने बोला था कि धर्मेंद्र जी अभी घर में जा रहे हैं और उनका घर में ही उनका ट्रीटमेंट चलेगा, ऐसा डॉक्टर बोले थे। कोई आया है शायद अभी कैमरा पे आप देख सकते हैं गाड़ी आ रहा है, घुस रहा है वो गाड़ी। हाँ, उस गाड़ी में कोई नहीं है। जैसा हम बोल रहे थे कि धर्मेंद्र जी के हेल्थ के ऊपर डॉक्टर ने कहा था कि धर्मेंद्र जी का ट्रीटमेंट चलेगा घर पे ही। उसके बाद उनको उनको लेके जाया गया। उसके बाद हम देखें कि वहाँ पे बहुत सारे धर्मेंद्र जी के जो क्लोज फ्रेंड्स थे वो उनसे मिलने गए और उनके हेल्थ को लेके जो कंसर्न थे वो लोग उनको मिलते गए। और कल रात से हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रही थी कि धर्मेंद्र जी क्रिटिकल है, क्योंकि कल रात से ही भीड़ बढ़ रहा था। धर्मेंद्र जी के जुहू वाले जो रेसिडेंस है उनके घर के सामने भीड़ बढ़ रहा था और हम अभी देख रहे हैं कि बहुत सारा सिक्योरिटी टाइटन है और यहाँ पे ऐसा सिचुएशन है, फैंस भी इमोशनल हो गए हैं। निरंजन।
Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a news input that's come out now from news agency INS. News agency INS says veteran actor Dharmendra has passed away at the age of 89. That Dharmendra, legendary actor, known as the He-Man of Bollywood, one of India's most legendary actors to have come on the silver screen, Dharmendra, the He-Man of Bollywood. News agency INS says he's no more. I'm going across back to the live reporting on the field where Meenakshi, my colleague, is there. Meenakshi, news agency INS saying that veteran actor Dharmendra has passed away.
Yes, Niranjan, as you mentioned, news agency INS, they confirming that Dharmendra ji is no more. He dies at the age of 89. That agency is saying, but from their official and from his family, we are not getting till now any official statement. I am repeating, we have not got any official statement from Dharmendra's family because at the when he was admitted in Breach Candy Hospital, there is a update shared. There are lots of updates shared by Sunny Deol's team. They was sharing a minute-to-minute update on Dharmendra's health. But till now, Sunny Deol's team has not given any statement on his health. So we are getting also information that INS News has mentioned Dharmendra ji is no more, but we have not got any official statement from his family, from Sunny Deol's team also. Let me show you the visuals where I am now. Here is Pavan Hans cremation ground, and we are seeing that there are lots of celebrities are coming here. As I mentioned earlier, Amir Khan has come here, and we are getting information that Amitabh Bachchan along with Abhishek Bachchan is coming at this place, and the time Now we are saying we are seeing lots of fans are also here. As you can see, security has been tightened and status team of industry colleagues has been arriving here, and many of them look visibly emotional. When Amir Khan entered this commission ground, he looks emotional. So fans, those who are waiting outside of Pavan Hans cremation ground, they are worried about Dharmendra's health. They are saying we are not getting any information on Dharmendra's health, and you can see the visuals of inside here. Security has been tightened, and some celebrities are coming. VVIP movement is here, and I can also share the movement where Dharmendra's close friends reached at this ground. Here people, those who loves Dharmendra, they are coming here, and fans are very, very worried. As I have mentioned that there are some reports where saying Dharmendra is in critical, and 15 days ago, when Dharmendra admitted in Breach Candy Hospital, we then got information from Sunny Deol's team that he was improving, and after his discharge, Breach Candy Hospital's doctor has come out and they said Dharmendra ji is improving, and that's why he discharged from hospital. After that, his treatment was under those doctors in Breach Candy Hospital. After
Ladies
that,
and gentlemen, we're getting in some breaking
yesterday
news,
night,
heartbreaking news, and the entire country has been praying for actor Dharmendra. We're getting in a confirmation now to news agencies, including IANS, which has put out the statement of Dharmendra, legendary actor, known as the He-Man of Bollywood, passing away at the age of 89. One of India's most beloved Hindi film icons, one of India's greatest stars, celebrated for his versatility and that smile each time he came on screen, for his keen presence, his charm, and a career that has spanned over 6 decades with over 300 films spanning across different genres that include romance, comedy, action, drama. Dharmendra has been one of India's biggest stars. He idolized actor Dilip Kumar and Guru Dutt. He entered the film world through a talent contest in 1958, ladies and gentlemen, when he was first spotted and moved to Mumbai, made his debut with Dil Bhi Tera Hum Bhi Tere in the year 1960. And his rise to stardom from 1960 was unstoppable, making a series, being the lead in a series of films that would go on to define Bollywood and Hindi cinema as we know it. And in the 1970s, Dharmendra went on to become the #1 action star in Bollywood, the lead actor in most of the films that came out in the year 1970s, from the entire decade of 1970s, a comic actor in many films, a multiple genre superstar. One of his most iconic movies was in the 70s, when in 1975, the movie Sholay, where he played the lead role as Veeru, one of the most iconic roles in Indian history. Yadon Ki Barat in 1973, Jugnu in 1973, Dharamveer in the year 1977, Chupke Chupke in the year 1975. It's a cult comedy, comic timing. He was known for these roles in the 1970s, when it was his best decade by far. Sita Aur Geeta 1972, Pratigya in 1975. He also became famous for his on-screen pairing with some of India's biggest stars, including Hema Malini, who he later went on to marry. Was seen on screen with Meena Kumari, Asha Parekh. The range was vast for Dharmendra, the actor. Critics often highlighted Satyakam Anupama Chupke Chupke as proof of his acting depth. What a great actor he was when he mastered different genres, including romantic dramas, including comedy, including action roles, including mass roles, character roles. All of these in a career that has spanned 6 decades and more. And what made him loved was his smile, his natural, understated style that made him relatable to the masses across India. He was loved across the country, stardom across the world, in who has been now one of the biggest actors to have donned the screen. In the 1980s, he transitioned to character roles. Dharmendra remained active through the 80s, playing lead roles in The Burning Train in 1980, Ali Baba or Charlie's Chor 1980, Sunny 1984, Loha in 1987, Gulami in 1985, Aag Hi Aag in 1987, Batwara in 1989. And then you had the entire supporting role and special appearances that he made while launching his sons, Sunny Deol, Bobby Deol, who continue to act today. He made a return to cinema post 2000. He made a few appearances in Yamla Pagla Divana, which was a huge hit in the year 2011, in Apne in 2007, and then there were remakes, Yamla Pagla Divana 2 and 3, Johnny Gaddar, Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani 2023, when he recently acted, praised for emotional depth in a modern role. Dharmendra has been honored, ladies and gentlemen. He's a Padma Bhushan, recipient of India's 3rd highest civilian honor. He received the Filmfare Lifetime Achievement Award in 1997. Several national honors that were bestowed upon Dharmendra, critics awards, industry recognitions, and a massive fan following, mass following for over 60 years, which is a rarity in cinema these days. He was on screen for over 60 years, which is very, very rare. Admired for never using stunt doubles during his peak action years. He insisted on doing his own stunts. And today, his family, his son Sunny Deol with him, beside him, superstar, also a politician, a parliamentarian, Bobby Deol, also an actor. His daughter Isha Deol with Hema Malini also was there at the crematorium some time back. We saw the pictures. And Ahana Deol, who's a classic dancer. Those are his children. The Deols have acted together in several films. His legacy being defined by being one of India's most handsome and charismatic screen icons. He was known as the He-Man of Bollywood. His personality that took over the screen, a superstar who balanced several roles, including romance, comedy, drama, action, known for his performances in classics like Sholay, Satyakam, Chupke Chupke, Phool Aur Pattar. Known to be a humble actor with emotional connection with audiences, being a symbol of the old school Bollywood charm. Ladies and gentlemen, pictures from Mumbai as we get the heartbreaking news of actor Dharmendra, who's no more. We're getting in pictures as we speak from the Vilepale crematorium of actor Dharmendra. His family, friends, those he knew, those who loved him, all of whom have gathered at the Vilepale crematorium, where top actors, including Amitabh Bachchan, the entire Bachchan family, top actors, young and old, all have gathered to pay their last respects to actor Dharmendra. And as we speak, there is still no official statement from the family of actor Dharmendra. We are still waiting for a statement from him and his family, from his family. Meanwhile, Karan Johar has put out a statement saying, veteran actor Dharmendra, it's an end of an era, a massive mega star, the embodiment of a hero in mainstream cinema, incredibly handsome and the most enigmatic screen presence, he is and always will be a bona fide legend of Indian cinema, defining and richly present in the pages of cinema history. A message that was just posted as we continue to get pictures from Mumbai's Ville Parle crematorium. My colleague Rakshita is also joining us live. I'm handing it over to you, Rakshita. And I'll go across to her in the next few minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, born in Punjab in 1935 on the 8th of December, born as Dharam Singh Deol, Dharmendra went on to become one of the best known actors in Bollywood, fondly called the He-Man of Bollywood, one of the greatest stars, celebrated for his versatility, his screen presence, charm, and an actor who continued acting as late as 2023 until 2 years back. The last movie that he acted in was released. He has appeared in over 300 films across different genres that include romance, comedy, action, drama. And as we get these pictures, I'm handing it over to my colleague Rakshita, joining us with the live coverage. Rakshita.
Right, Niranjan, the He-Man of the Hindi film industry is no more, and fans, of course, in a state of shock and dismay. Farewell to Dharmendra, as all the industry friends, veterans, the famous Jai Viru Jodi of Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra, who can forget that. Amitabh Bachchan was the first visitors to catch a last glimpse of the He-Man of his Viru, and Amir Khan and other top actors rushing to the crematorium, what we know so far. And last movie, as my colleague Niranjan was talking about, the last movie, he just starred in one of the last movies that is still unreleased, that is Ikkis, which stars Agastyananda, who is the grandson of Amitabh Bachchan. It's a much anticipated film. Just recently the poster was released, and that's the movie based on the brave warrior of India, Second Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal, and he plays the father of Second Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal in the movie Ikkis, and that is stated to release on the 25th of December, but before the release is taken the final abode, and actors rushing to crematorium to bid him farewell. He was critical a few days ago too. He was critical. He was on ventilator, and then he was discharged. And again, today he was admitted to hospital. And Meenakshi is joining us live from Mumbai. Meenakshi, who all are coming in? It's, of course, a very, very sad moment for the entire film industry, for the nation, who has watched Dharmendra for decades, heard his very, very lively interviews. Today, the nation mourns the demise of the veteran film actor, the performer, the He-Man of Bollywood, Dharmendra. Meenakshi. Okay, we'll just try and connect with Meenakshi, but she's getting us the live frame from, she's getting that live frame. Okay, we just, details. He's the Bollywood's He-Man, of course. His body has arrived at the Pawan Hans crematorium at Ville Parle. Families and fans paying their final respects. And this is the end of an era, 1935, the birth year of Dharmendra, 89 years old. Amitabh Bachchan, Abhishek Bachchan all rushing to the crematorium. Hema Malini, daughter Isha Deol, second daughter Ahana Deol also expected. Sunny Deol and Bobby Deol, remember, had been with his side even when he was admitted to hospital last time, just few days ago. And of course, he has continued to work. Okay, we are getting that live visual from Vile Parle crematorium, and several of the actors have rushed this morning to the crematorium this afternoon. And now the confirmation coming in, official confirmation coming in that he has passed away at the age of 89. The family statement is awaited. Official family statement is awaited. But he was known as the He-Man, the Greek god, and he has